What's up, YouTube world? This is Luke with Wilson Auto Detailing again, and today's subject is Meguiar's Synthetic Express Spray Wax off-label use. So obviously, it's a spray wax. You use it on the exterior, on top of the car's paint, to visually enhance and protect your car's paint. But today, I'm going to give you guys some awesome tips, not only with how to use Meguiar's Express Synthetic Spray Wax on materials that are not on the manufacturer's label, but I've found you can do through just experience, but also just give you guys a lot of information about wax in general. And something I always try to do with all my videos is, because they're all geared towards the professional detailers, the car enthusiasts, and the do-it-yourselfers, I want to give you guys as much information as I possibly can, give you guys as many tips, tricks, strategies, all that stuff. So my videos are jam-packed with information. But anyways, let me start out with just giving a little bit of information about waxes. There's a part 1. I have a video, it's Meguiar's Synthetic Express Spray Wax part 1. And in that video, I give a lot of information about waxes and stuff. But I just want to cover a little bit of what I talked about in that video and a little bit more. As far as waxes go, in part 1, I talked about how you have spray waxes and you have paste waxes for the most part. You also have just liquid waxes, which is a little different. A lot of times you apply those with buffers and things like that, but you pretty much have spray waxes and paste waxes are your two avenues. Paste waxes normally take a little bit longer, but provide a better layer of protection. Spray waxes normally are a lot quicker. You can normally apply more spray waxes in the sun. They're manufactured that way. And they provide a little bit less level of protection, but they're faster, kind of easier to work with, as a general rule. Now, Meguiar's Synthetic Express Spray Wax is a dedicated with manufacturing of new detailing products and really just awesome chemical engineering, there's all different kinds of products that wax your car and do other things in addition to that. So in other words, you have cleaner waxes, you have even like polishing waxes, which is crazy in my mind because if you know how polishes work, it's weird to think how something could wax and polish at the same time. But anyways, cleaner waxes, you can apply cleaner waxes over a certain percentage or a certain level of dirtiness or dust or road grime, and the cleaner waxes will actually clean off the road grime or the dirt or the dust and leave behind a waxed finish. And it seems kind of counterintuitive because you're like, would not the cleaners clean off the wax that's being put on? But again, it's chemical engineering. We are high-tech nowadays, and it's awesome for people like me who are full-time detailers because you have all these awesome products to choose from. So anyways, I actually took the day off today. Or no, I'm sorry. I didn't take the day off. It has been raining all day. And so normally I would be out of work on like the average day if it was pouring down rain like it was today, which I am. But it gives me time to make these videos, and because my business, Wilson Auto Detailing, is becoming more, having more of a heavier internet presence and YouTube presence, things like that, I get to use a day like this to make a sweet video. I'm actually with my own car right now. I'm inside my Toyota Corolla. As you can see, I've got my different stuff back here. I've got my polishing kit right here. I've got my rags, got my air compressor, a couple gallons of things I need to refill. Got another toolbox down here, shop vac. I also have a 2.5 gallon thing of purple power down there. And I got stuff in the trunk as well, so I'm like jam-packed right now inside this car. But anyways, so waxes. You got your cleaner waxes. And then nowadays you also have what are sometimes called like a 3-in-1 product. Here, I'll move this out of the way. A 3-in-1 product, which means a 3-in-1 product is kind of something that cleans, polishes, and waxes at the same time. There's a certain product, and I'm blanking on it right now. Something like HD something that is a 3-in-1 product I've actually used, and I'll make another video about it because it rocks. It literally cleans, polishes, and waxes and kind of leaves behind a protective finish all in one step, and it truly is an all-in-one step product. But anyways, So you got those kind of waxes. So you got kind of polishing waxes that almost remove fine swirls or fine scratches and then leave behind a protective finish, which sometimes people call those sealants. There is kind of a difference between those, but I'm not going to get into that. And then you have just dedicated wax products like the Meguiar Synthetic Express Spray Wax that I'm talking about today. It is a dedicated wax product. It does not clean dirt. It just doesn't. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of insight of how I prepare the paint before I wax a car in my professional detailing world. Because obviously you can't just go and apply Meguiar Spray Wax to dirty paint. It just doesn't work that way. It's not gonna clean it, and it's sure enough not gonna wax it well. So I actually do not wash cars in the dedicated traditional way. In other words, I don't 99% of the time. Sometimes I do, but 99% of the time I do not use a bucket with soap and water and a sponge. I do not. It's a waste of time. It is grunt work. I used to do it a lot, but as your business grows, you know, you kind of start detailing finer vehicles. You kind of start doing more high-end work. At least that's how I've geared my business. And I just don't do that. And a lot of times my customers will actually have their cars washed or gone through an automatic wash before I ever show up, because I just don't do that kind of work anymore. It drains you. It's a waste of time. You don't make that much money doing it, and it's really hard, just like manual labor. And it doesn't really require any sort of skill or like know-how. So actually, the way I prepare paint, and I'm talking about cars that didn't just come out of like a Jeep that just got, you know, done mudding. I'm talking about just like regular daily driver. I will take a microfiber towel and I'll take a spray bottle just like this, filled up with a solution of 50% rubbing alcohol, 50% distilled water. So that way I can use that in the sun and it's not going to leave water spots because it's distilled water, so there's no minerals in it. And I'll make another video as I continue to grow my YouTube channel on water spots and like all that stuff. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to get into like the nitty gritty stuff, okay? All the stuff you're wanting to know about. But anyways, and I use that 50% rubbing alcohol, 50% distilled water solution, and I just spray it on the car's paint and I lightly remove the dirt with my microfiber towel. I don't push it really hard and try to scrub it off. I'm just going to scratch the paint that way. Just lightly remove surface dirt, because ultimately at the end of the day, that's all washing does. It removes surface dirt. And that's why if you've ever washed your car and then dried it and then gone, wait, that's still there, that's still there, that bug is still there, that tar is still there. Washing does not remove heavy duty stuff. And actually I have a product right here called Rapid Remover, which I'll make a video about, that I use to remove really tough stuff like road grime and tar that's been on there for a long time. And anyways, it's an amazing product. But that's how I wash a car, okay? 50% rubbing alcohol, 50% distilled water, because not only is it completely safe for the paint, and not only does it clean extremely well, like the dirt off of it and stuff, but it also strips any layer of wax or product that had previously been put on the car. And so what you have left behind is not only a clean surface, but a totally fresh surface with nothing applied onto it. So there's no leftover wax or anything. So when I apply a wax, it's a totally fresh surface, totally ready to go. So with that being said, for all you do-it-yourselfers or the professional detailer guys out there, this saves so much time. It is so much faster than washing a car, I promise. And I know a lot of people out there are thinking, you're a hack, using a microfiber towel and rubbing alcohol and trying to scrub it off. Man, that's going to scratch the car's paint. And it's just not true. Like, I get it. I promise, I've been doing this for 7 years. And it just doesn't. And when I'm doing a black car, I use a completely new microfiber towel. So it doesn't scratch anything. And a lot of times people are worried about scratching when they really ought not to be, because the people your customers don't have a critical eye like you do. They just don't. And so what you're going to see, they're not even going to take a second thought about. But anyways, so I will do some bug removal, I'll do some tar removal, and I'll make separate videos about that as well, but for the sake of this video. And then I remove all the surface dirt off of the paint with a 50% distilled water, 50% rubbing alcohol solution, and a microfiber towel. Now, sometimes, not all the time, but I do not, how do I say this? I don't include clay barring in a full detail. Like on my website, if you visit my website, to clay bar a car, I charge extra. I don't include it in a regular complete detail, because not all cars need to be clay barred in order to wax it. Not that it's not all cars need to be clay barred, they do, but it's not always necessary to wax it. For those of you who don't know what a clay bar is, I'll make a video about it. Don't worry about it. But for the pro detailers out there who know what I'm talking about, sometimes cars are so, they're so dirty and there's so many surface contaminants stuck to the car's paint. You know what I'm talking about. You can't wax it unless you clay bar it, because it would be like trying to spray wax onto a piece of sandpaper and then trying to buff it off. It's just not going to happen. And the paint looks ridiculous, and you leave swirls behind, and you leave wax that you couldn't remove. And so you have to clay bar the car. But a lot of times you don't have to, and it's just not necessary. But anyway, sometimes I'll clay bar it after I wash it, and then I'm ready to spray the spray wax onto the car's paint. And you have just a completely smooth, glossy, clean, glassy, smooth surface to wax, and man, it is awesome. But anyways, so there's my intro to this video, my long-winded, in 500,000 words or less intro to this video, which I'm not even talking about waxing the outside, I'm talking about off-label use. So let's get into that right now. Alright guys, so here is the inside of my car. I keep my car very clean, so I don't have to do any pre-cleaning before I do this, but put the emergency brake down. So here's the center console. We got your steering wheel here. I will move my seat back a little bit here. Alright, so in cars like this, in the newer cars, a lot of times you have this this material that's like, it's like plastic, but it's almost clear-coated plastic, so it's very easy to scratch. It's also down here, that's my phone charger, sorry. It's also down here with the transmission, or with the, wow, I'm blanking in a big way. Okay, this kind of glossy material, very easy to scratch. But anyways, and you have this plastic material just like right here with the radio that goes all the way across. It's just kind of like a stylish thing that car manufacturers are now putting into cars, and you know how they do. Always got to be improving. When I detail a car in the inside, I kind of have two steps. One, clean everything. Two, finish everything. And what I mean by that is, after I've cleaned everything on the interior of a car, I will finish everything on the interior with some sort of protectant or like visual enhancer. So a lot of times, I don't have it in my car, but a lot of times I use a product called Meguiar's Natural Shine Protectant. It's not something that is super shiny. I don't like a super shiny interior, and in all honesty, detailers who use really, really shiny products on the interior of a car, a lot of times, and I'm not saying this is every time, but a lot of times it's kind of an overcompensation move, because they're not very good at detailing, or they're not very good at cleaning, or they didn't clean everything to the best of their ability, or they just don't have the know-how on how to make everything, how to detail the right way. And so they try to make everything super shiny and black or whatever to overcompensate, to make you get in the car and go, whoa, this thing is clean. And really all it is really souped up, oily, shiny dressing. And it's not. Anyways, so I don't prefer very shiny things on the interior. But when I get done cleaning, I always use some type of product to go over everything to remove any last minute dust that has settled since I've cleaned it, or just to kind of visually enhance and put a layer of protection, but to visually enhance everything on the interior, to kind of not shine it, but just, with this, you just take the back of this rear view mirror, this hard textured surface, instead of just cleaning it and leaving a scotch matte finish, I can put Meguiar's Natural Shine Protectant and just give it a little bit of a deeper black look. And not shiny, but just a little bit deeper black. That's really all. So anyways, sorry I had to open my car door because I was getting so hot. So here's what I found with Meguiar's Express Spray Wax. Yes, this is used for your paint, but it can be used on interior surfaces like your dash. How about the leather on seats? Okay, you clean a leather seat. I literally shine leather seats and protect leather seats with this product, okay? So let me take you in and show you what I'm talking about. So here we've got my, what do you call it? Just like radio area, right? And so this is a great example to use because this is plastic, it's clear coated, and it collects dust real easy. So here's literally what I'll do. Is I will take my Meguiar's my Meguiar's Express Wax, my microfiber towel. I'll spray the Express Wax just a little bit on my microfiber towel, and I will even put it on the navigation screen right here, and I will just do just like this real lightly because it's already been cleaned, so I'm not cleaning it, I'm just finishing it. So just like this, and I'll turn my towel over to the dry side and buff it off. And again, I put it on the navigation screen. I mean, it's really incredible. And really all that does is not only knock off all the dust, but I mean, if you can see, let me take it in. It just, check that out. I mean, it literally waxes it. And because it's clear coated, well, what does wax do? Wax goes on top of what? Clear coat. And it makes it look what? Shiny and deep. Well, that's exactly what's happening now. So not only does it look shiny and awesome and deep, and it's just awesome, but it also puts like a layer of protection. And so not only do I do it on these glossy finishes, but how about this steering wheel? I'll put it on the steering wheel right here, just like this, and we've got this chrome plating right here, and then I'll buff it off. And bam, it's not too shiny. It's not an overcompensation. You can see it was detailed right. It was detailed clean, but just check, it's just a better, I mean, it goes from level 9 to level 10. It's that 1 point jump really is what this is. And then I'll also put it on doors. So we got the chrome plating on here, on the door handle. I'll do it all throughout the door paneling right here, all on this leather right here on my buttons for the window. And I'll buff it all off later, but it leaves a layer of protection and just a layer of just visual enhancement. So I'll come all down here. All these hard textured, all these hard surfaced pieces inside of a car, I will literally put Meguiar's Express Spray Wax on them. And not just that, let me take you outside, is I will put a little bit more on there, and I will literally wax the leather. So like not all my seat is leather, this is upholstery, but I'll clean the leather and I will literally put wax on it just like this. And I'll buff it off with my dry side. I'll do it up here too, right here on my console or on my little compartment right here. Just check that out. So you can see there's a shine to it now, but there's a layer of protection. And see, not only does this shine and visually enhance, but also with leather, people use that word condition, or it nourishes it. So it almost, I'd say nourish. I don't really like that word that much, but just like nourishes it, it'll keep it from fading. It'll restore the black look, give it a deeper black look. I mean, it's just awesome. You can literally apply this stuff all inside of here. I mean, you can just run this towel over every hard textured surface in the car. It's ridiculous. So anyways, guys, this product really is amazing. And yes, it comes in a gallon size, and for the do-it-yourselfer or just the car enthusiast, you might think that's overkill. But again, there's so many uses for this. I mean, this is my third video on this one product. I did one on the exterior. I showed you guys how you can use this on the windows and the black trim on the exterior. And now we're talking about how to do it on the interior. So yes, it comes in a gallon size, but there's so many uses for it. You will be glad you got a gallon of this. And this whole gallon is like $30. I mean, That's so economical, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's so cheap for this kind of just like outstanding product for this amount of it. But anyways, so it comes in a gallon because it's on Meguiar's professional line, so they cater to detailers and they know detailers go through a lot of product. But anyways, if you want, my roommate just pulled up. See, this is real time because my roommate is just pulling into the driveway. But anyways, I don't script any of these videos. But if you'd like to get this product, I'm going to post a link to Amazon in the description box below this video. Use my link, so there's going to be a link that'll take you to this product right on Amazon. All you got to do is click it. It'll take you right to this. Use my link, and it'd be greatly appreciated. Again, that's below in the description box. And guys, if you like my channel and you appreciate these videos, and they help you in your pro detailing world, or they help you in your do-it-yourself world or your car enthusiast world, just subscribe to my channel because it lets me know that people are liking and want more of what I'm giving out. They appreciate what I'm doing and it's helping them. So subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment below and just let me know what you guys want me to talk about because I've been doing this for a while and sometimes I don't remember what people need or are working on. So anyways, until next time.